Welcome back to The Patient Man. Here we are. I am sharing a spot that I hold very close to my heart. This is my little Zen area, or where I come out if I feel like I am not very grounded, maybe a bit wound up or a bit lost in the world or whatever it might be. It's a pondering position. This is where I come. I love it. It's such a cool little setup. So this is where I come to find my peace when things are hard, when the world's hard, life's hard, when everything's hard, but good, it is good still. Hard is good. Hard is growth. So today I'm just going to drop here something that I just feel like is really necessary to talk about. Now today these comments or anything that I do say is I'm not doing it for trolls or clicks or whatever you do. I don't even know what I don't even know what I'm talking about, but that stuff. The world lately has been quite a mess. If you watch social media and you watch the news, and it's if you do watch or you do have those types of advertising or watching sort of news, it's very doomy. Makes the world feel like we're absolutely falling to pieces. And I'm not usually one to fall for the news, especially watch it. But I did the last couple of weeks, and obviously the last couple of weeks hasn't been great with all of the horrible things that have been happening. And it's really interesting. I witnessed myself watching it and also getting worried about certain things. And I didn't stop myself. I let it go and I kept going with it. And I thought, let's just see what happens. And I just felt lost. I felt like the world's pointless. What's going on with the world? We're all killing each other and this and that. And I gave myself a little bit of time to have a little process with that. And, a couple of days later, I just, again, went back to my normal routine of not watching the news or paying much attention to it. And I found it very interesting that the best way to be able to control people or control masses is keep people in fear and keep people feeling like they need that attachment. Otherwise, it's the end of the world. And keeping the fear. And we all know, unfortunately, how the media works and how, years ago you'd watch the news and there'd be Happy Fridays and all this good stuff. And it's just so inspiring it used to be so inspiring to watch. But now you watch any news platform and it's straight away, instantly, the first intro is dun, 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 and they're trying to make it really serious and fearful, and it's really sad. It's really, really sad. And I feel really sorry for people who watch that and believe in it and really fall for what it is. If we want to get technical, us as Homo sapiens have killed ourselves, as long as I know, forever. Most species kill their own. It's just what it is. The sad part about what we go through is that we have so many different platforms to see it, and we're exposed to it, and our children are exposed to extremely graphic stuff that they probably shouldn't be exposed to. And it's hard. It's really hard for, even an adult with quite a sane mind to see things like that. It's not nice, but it is us. We are, as humans, we do things like that. And if you think we don't, and you don't, and I've been in the spiritual realm for a while, I'd say 4 to 5 years, and I love spirituality more than anything. But there's one or two things. I've met a few people who are spiritual gurus, and they talk about how peace and love, and I'm all for love, peace. I love it all. And you know how they say, you know, passive and relaxed. And I think people forget what we are. We are animals. Full stop. We're animals. And I've said to these people, and in an extremely respectful way, I've said to them, they say I'm a lover, not a fighter. I say, okay, cool. I respect that. But I said, if I had one of your loved ones and I was going to do something horrible to them, I'll put money on it that you'd come to the party and you'd do anything you could to look after the person that you love. We are survival animals. We fight for what we love, and we don't like to see things that we love get hurt. Simple. Simple. It's just it's human biology. It is as simple as it gets. We're survival animals. And if you ever think that, you know, you're going to fall into the world of gurus and peace out, that's great. And I do understand there is a path for that. But I love being the volatility, or being the whatever the word is. I love the sporadicness of human behavior. There's so much variance in what we do with our emotions, with everything, you know. And this all gets heightened with an overabundance or a plethora of horrible news, and it makes people go into fight and flight. And it makes, you know, even if you don't watch the news per se, or you don't watch what's going on in the world, you will know what's going on. There is always someone who you know in your circle who will consistently remind you of how bad the world is, and how you know, how sad everything is. And it is horrible. But when I have those moments and I think of things like that, and I'm human, so I do have those feelings. I do get frustrated. I do get angry at the world. I take a breath. I come out here like this. I'll get me little watering can. I'll water me tomatoes. And by doing that, it slows you down to the point where you're caring for something else. Like I've absolutely bought these little seedlings up, and they're going to bear fruit one day, and they're going to feed me and my wife. And that's something I can control, unless the bugs get it, then I can't control that. But it comes at the single focus of watering my garden, or looking at my beautiful flowers and nurturing things. The one thing I've always said to myself, and I've always really, really understood it as it's sort of internally, but it kind of makes more sense when I externalize it as well, is I know where my mental health is. The reason why I do gardening, and I love this, and I've told many people this, when I do gardening, I'm doing something external to myself and giving my love to something else. And that tells me that I am reasonably full. I've got a good amount of emotional resilience, and I'm feeling really good in myself. I'm grounded. Now, the analogy of, you know, there's weeds in your garden, I use it back to mental health. If your garden is overrun with weeds, e.g. your mental health is poor, you start to not care about your flowers, your plants, because you just sort of move on because it's too hard. But if you just put that half an hour to 45 minutes every day, or 10 minutes, anything, doesn't matter, 2 minutes, and you just weed that garden a little bit at a time, it'll come back to being the beautiful garden that you had, and you'll be inspired to be around it. Now, that applies to your mental health as well. You need to make sure that at all times you've got to weed your garden. There is no one who is resilient to this. There is no one who is better than this. This is just common sense, and our gardens and our mental health get weeds in them. That's just it. They get weeds. And it is our responsibility as adults, and our responsibility as parents, as sons, daughters, whatever we are, to be able to witness that, understand that that's what's happening, and rectify it, so we can be there for ourselves and also for the loved ones, and they get the best of us to what we can do, best of our capabilities. So I love you all. And question is, do you find yourself getting wound up about things you cannot control? Politics, government stuff, the world as it is. Because I tell you right now, yes, it's horrible, but if you find that you're getting caught up in it, go find a little spot somewhere or make yourself a spot somewhere in your house and nurture one plant. If you're not very good with plants, nurture that and go to that when you need to empty your head a little bit, give it some space, show love to that plant. It will absolutely pay back dividends in making you feel like life is fucking beautiful. And we've got everything we've ever wanted right in front of us, but it is very easy to get caught up in the noise. Love is all.